What up? What up? Another episode of J Ideas Fresh Produce. Got like a organ folk sample going on. It's kind of folky. Kind of on the realm of psychedelic. But it's got a lot of different parts in here that I like. And as you can see, like I took those individual organ parts, and now I'm going through and I'm taking these guitar parts because I want to make different layers throughout the beat. In this part here, I want to use these as my bass line. Just because they got a little bit more low end than every other part of the sample. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting a low pass on those top 4 pads where that bass is. Just to make it easier on myself down the line. And I've got all 4 of those selected. And what I did was I took all of them down an octave. And in my head, I'm thinking that it's gonna just work. It's gonna be on key, but I mean, we'll see later on that wasn't actually the case. My internal rhythm this day was way off. But I'm really liking where this is heading right now. Try to do something a little bit different with the drums this time. I got a bunch of those like little snare rolls and just try to go a little bit like low key with the drums. And you can see here, like I had no rhythm at all this day. End of the day, I was tired. Just got done weed eating. You know how it goes. Sometimes you can't drum. Just use note repeat, bro. Jeez, that's embarrassing. Quantize those to oblivion. But after all that, I like where the drums set. thought adding a couple little zaps would add a little something to it. Just for a little extra spice. And at this point, I think this sounds really cool. I mean, I could have added some extra synths, but I wanted to use those other parts. And as you can hear, like, they are not on key at all. So I worked on trying to find that key. And I continued to try to find that key. That's not it. What I ended up having to do is go like a half semitone, like in between the semitones, about halfway through, and that put me in the spot where I needed to be. I don't know why it was like that, but I guess for whatever reason it just worked out that way. I'm really liking where this is going now. Like, that guitar part just kind of adds something real nice to the beat. And for the second pattern, I just wanted to use those organ parts, and I was trying to decide how to actually lay it down. And the best way ended up being the simplest. I just put them on every bar. And you'll see how I laid them down. I didn't do them in order exactly. I kind of switched it up. Once we get to the other camera angle, you'll be able to see what I did. Those parts have a whole note on there. I don't know if you can even hear it, but it's real faint in the background. And that's what I was using to guide the melody forward on those first 4 pads. And here in the computer, I really just did a lot of the like mix stuff. On the whole group, I wanted to, up that bass a little bit. I mean, not too much. But really help it stand out a little bit more than what it was. This probably could have been helped by actually putting like a sub underneath everything, but I didn't end up doing that. I might do it later. And I'm just going through it. I'm taking out the sub frequencies on the first, what is that? I guess 12 pads with the organ and the guitar parts, just so they don't clash with the bass line that I have in the sample. And on the bass itself, I'm actually cutting that off with the low pass filter a little bit more than what it was. So it's actually just getting a whole lot more of that bass. And I mess with the bass tuning a little bit too. I don't really know if I needed to or not, but it kind of helps kind of mesh everything together, I think. And I'm fine with this being a little bit atonal. I think it works. So of course I added some sidechain. I just used Supercharger as my favorite sidechain compressor, and sidechained everything to that kick. And I sidechain stuff quite a bit. And just for a little bit of crunch, I put this Somatics plugin on there and just messed with it until it got to a point where I thought it sounded good. Like right there, that didn't sound good, so I turned it off. And everything flows together, and I think it sounds pretty cool. Ooh. All right, I really like how this one turned out. It took a little bit of work to get to a point where everything was like matching up on key. There was an actual key change in the sample, and it took me a hot minute to try and get all that synced together. But I think it turned out pretty cool. Bassline could probably use a little bit of putting some like sub underneath it, but I mean, I'll get to that later. This is just kind of a rough draft, but I mean, I really like where it's heading. So it's kind of eerie a little bit, but it's pretty cool, I think. So we'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about this beat in the comments below. If you're still watching, thank you very much for watching all the way through to the end. Subscribe if you haven't already, please, if you feel like it. And yeah. Till next time, I'm Jay. This has been Jay Fresh Produce, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.